The issue is that Man City this season there's a pattern, and the pattern is that against the small teams they have not been good enough this
But they were
season.
good against Arsenal now.
Arsenal is not a small team.
Arsenal have always been a small team.
Oh, okay. Let no more Chelsea. Arsenal is a small team.
Then World Champions.
Yes, he's round the last defender onto his right foot. Oh, it's a goal!
The pressure is becoming very real. The moment Manchester City dropped point at Everton, momentum switched to the other side. Arsenal now 5 points ahead. On that note, I welcome you to the preview of match day 36 in the English Premier League. It's the running, and everyone is excited about this one. Maybe not City fans, but then anything can change from this weekend. Abayomi is here. Don his jersey.
I'm here, the incoming champion of England this year. I think you should not address me as Abayomi for now. Address me as the incoming champion of England. Yes,
Let's wait and see.
incoming champion of England
I
this year.
like that somebody's setting himself up for drags.
Abi,
Drags.
It's not funny.
Abayomi, have you been praying?
There's nothing to pray about anymore.
Okay.
At this stage, there's nothing to pray about anymore. I was hoping for a particular result yesterday and I got it. I was hoping that Aston Villa wins yesterday and qualify for the final of the Champions League so that the sixth position will be going to the Champions League next season. And I got it, which I think I got what I want.
Thank you. You are praying for Chelsea. Don't worry. We will get the sixth position. And we'll go to
Ninth.
Champions League. Don't worry.
You're playing Liverpool.
That one. We will be there.
No worry now. City cause all this thing.
Liverpool.
I swear.
All right, let's take the games one after you. Let's talk about Manchester City now playing the catch-up. They have a game against Brentford this weekend.
Yes.
And that's one game that Pep Guardiola will be looking at and saying, if we still want to challenge for the title, we must get the maximum point. How should he approach this game? Let me start with you, Big Heze.
I think Guardiola doesn't have to overthink anything. Stick to your principles, the same principles he has always stuck to. Stick to it. I think the game against Everton, I don't think it was down to maybe tactics or whatever.
Yeah.
It was just individual errors that cost City in that game. So I don't think City have to overthink anything. Stick to their same principles. They will crush Brentford.
Crush Brentford.
I don't believe they are going to crush Brentford. The first leg they played 1-0, just slim chance. And this time, though they will be playing at the Etihad, I believe they are the one with the big pressure now. They will be like, we need to win. And that was problem number one. Having that pressure of we must get the 3 points it's going to be a big problem for them. Brentford was going to come with their arm football, just puts your Thiago front and launch the ball. And once they are frustrated, if they can't get any goal in the first half, it's going to be a long night for Manchester City.
Long night for Manchester City. Well, Abayomi, let me start with this with you. When you saw Everton, battle Manchester City that day and eventually stole the points from Manchester City, how did you feel?
Well, I was very happy, but it was what I expected. If you remember on the podcast, I was saying Man City was not going to beat Everton. I told Ezekiel Man City was not going to beat Everton. I was actually...
Why were you so sure?
No, I was so sure because...
You're looking at David Moyes, Arteta relationship and saying...
Not even that. Not
my
even
boss
that.
helped me
I
out.
have watched... Like I said earlier on, for me, I'm not a statistics person when it comes to football. I watch football with my eyes, and I can use my eyes to predict what will happen. Man City this season have not been that good, especially against the small teams.
Yeah, but Arsenal dragged them into the race.
Arsenal dragged them into the race. Yeah, the issue is that Man City this season there's a pattern, and the pattern is that against the small teams they have not been good enough this
But they were
season.
good against Arsenal now.
Arsenal is not a small team.
Arsenal have always been a small team.
Oh, okay. Let no more Chelsea. Arsenal is a small team.
Then World Champion.
No problem. Part the problem.
All right.
No, for me, I think Man City. It has been coming for them. And this weekend, I will not be surprised again if Brentford manages to get a point off. In fact, I'm going for Brentford getting a point off them this weekend as well.
A point will actually pay Brentford, because if you check the table now, they're actually in the 7th position. Bournemouth is leading with just 1 point. So we can do this. 6th position is open to go to the Champions League. So
Yes.
they might have that. See,
Exactly. That is what I have in
That's why I
mind.
said-
All the teams they are playing now. The rule in the Champions League is if Aston Villa was to finish 5th, it means the 6th also goes to the Champions League. Instead of 5 teams, the English teams will now have 6 teams,
Wow.
which is a big motivating factor
Very
for
big.
the likes of Bournemouth. Imagine Bournemouth in the Champions League. Imagine how it will boost their revenue. The players will be very up for it. But imagine Brentford in the Champions League. Not even Champions League. Imagine Brentford in Europa League.
Europa, yes.
They will be so up for it, and it is
Absolutely.
going to work seriously against Man City. The same fear people have for Arsenal against West Ham is the same fear that people should have for Man City and Brentford, because
Yes.
Brentford have just as much as West Ham have to fight for as well.
Because can they do the Lord's work for Arsenal this weekend? Do they have the Arsenal? They put firepower to do so.
Judging by how the league has gone this season, you can expect them to, but it's not going to happen this weekend. Not against my City boys. It's Everton that cost us. Everton and Gui. There are reasons why these people are saying City will
These
struggle.
people.
City.
Are you not a Man City fan?
Eh?
Stay one
I
place.
still the same blue jersey.
Blue now. We're in the blue cartel. So yeah.
Okay.
Chelsea, City, just different shades. We are still the same color.
And just like you mentioned earlier, Brentford, they appear to be like a team that are motivated to come out with a point this weekend. With the pressure on Pep Guardiola, think it will fall again like it did against Everton?
For me, I would want him to change to tweak a starting lineup if that would be possible. For some time, Semedo have been off, it's so off, and I'm expecting a revived Foden to just start. Something to, because if he's going to go out again with the same starting lineup he has been using for the past 3 or 4 games, it's going to be a very difficult game for them. Brentford, as I've said earlier, they just need 1 point to move to 6th position. So they have that belief that we can do this.
Motivation is there.
Yes, we can just do this. Let us sit back. Anything we can do it together. So it's going to be a very tough match for Manchester City.
It's a recovery mission for Manchester City. All right. And we've seen Manchester City over the years under Pep Guardiola. Whenever they're on pressure, it does 2 things to you. Brings out the best in you or kills your morale. Absolutely. What version are you expecting from Pep
Well, I'm
Guardiola?
expecting a Manchester City that we want to come out believing that they have something to win, and then we actually make mistake. Teams that are dangerous to play at this stage of the season are teams fighting for relegation and teams fighting for Europe. Man City, Chelsea, Tottenham, and West there, and to some extent Aston Villa has given other teams, other lower teams that Itato will not have thought of
Brighton.
Europe. Yeah, they have given them a very solid chance, and this makes them very, very dangerous at this point of the season. In seasons before, teams play Man City when they are already on the beach. Most of them are already on the beach when they are playing Man City, whereby they don't have anything to fight for anymore. But this particular season, there are teams who are playing Man City who actually have a lot to still fight for, which for me is going to cause Man City a whole lot of problems. A whole lot of problems. And disadvantage Arsenal.
Advantage. What about you, Big Heze?
I'm still not in agreement to what Big Bro just said. Of course, it's easy to say City would crumble under pressure and all of those things, judging based off what happened against Everton. And why I wouldn't judge it like that is because Everton recently, I think since before that Chelsea game, they've been proving to be quite difficult to play against, right? So, yes, I was expecting that they would give City a run for their money in that match, but then it was still because of the individual errors that City did to themselves. If we are going to judge based off how the match went, I think City controlled the game up until the point where they started making unnecessary mistakes.
Yeah,
and I think Guardiola would have addressed it after that game. It happened against Everton. You
The
can't afford
shadow
to
of
let it.
Arteta stopped him.
Oh, God.
Please continue. No matter that.
So I think he would have sat his players down and then show them areas where they made mistakes. You did this against
That's
Everton.
correct.
You cannot afford to do this against Brentford. I think the players themselves will have a point to prove to Guardiola that yes, they learned off Everton's mistakes, and I think they would come all out against Brentford to show them that we're still going to stamp our authority on you people, and yes, they will get the results they want.
You agree with what he just said?
Partially, but one thing about Everton, I've noticed it against the big boys, they usually turn up well. Since the days of Naismith, Yakubu, and all. Any small team can
It's
beat
season they embarrass themselves in the Champions League.
Yes. Anything can beat them, but once it comes to the big boys, it's going to be fight to finish. So when it was against Manchester City, when they scored first, I was telling it's going to be a long night for Manchester City. But this time around, the weekend game, Brentford, Manchester City. Manchester City, hopefully they will score
City's at
first.
home.
Yes, hopefully they will score first. And it's not going to be a lot of goals like that. It can actually be like that Wolves game it's just 1-0. But Burnley game that ends 1-0. But I can't see them scoring more than 2 goals in that game. Because Brentford also, as I've said earlier, they will be coming with full force.
They are motivated.
Everton have done this.
And that's
We are
exactly
above
what City
Everton
wants now.
on the
Come with
log.
your motivation.
So why can't we do it against Manchester City also? So it is advantage Arsenal for me. It is advantage Arsenal.
Whoa! Since you already mentioned Arsenal, I think we should just cross over to Arsenal's match. They're away at West Ham United. Well, since we started comparing these, when we started this run in last 4 or 5 games or thereabouts, City, Arsenal, and it's been home, away, home, away. City went away from home, they drop points. Arsenal going away from home this time around. Will they drop points?
Yes, the way.
Whoa.
Yes.
Arsenal.
Yes, Arsenal way. I don't see Arsenal beating West Ham this weekend.
Thank you.
Yes, I don't see it. I simply can't see it. No, I am an Arsenal fan through and through, but the truth has to be said as well.
Can you look at the camera and say that again?
Yes, I don't see Arsenal winning this weekend.
Thank
If Arsenal win this weekend, just hand over the title to Arsenal. If Arsenal wins this weekend, just hand over the title to Arsenal. But I don't see Arsenal winning this weekend. I don't see it.
Why? Honestly, before you go, I'm interested in that. Why don't you see them winning?
And the thing is,
because I understand also. Are you looking at fatigue, back-to-back games? Are you looking at pressure? Are you looking at
pressure from West Ham would be massive. And West Ham have proven in the last few seasons that they can be a banana peel for Arsenal. And I expect it to continue again this weekend. Something just tells me that Arsenal is not winning this weekend. And I'm totally prepared for it. Not that we are not winning the league. We are winning the league. That is a given. For me, it's a given.
Do you agree with him that it's a major trap for Arsenal this weekend?
I don't agree in the sense that I think Arsenal's result against Atletico and then Fulham in between is enough morale boost for them. And then looking at the fact that City dropped points against Everton, I think that's like more than enough motivation for Arsenal. If I think I've over the last couple of matches that Arsenal have played, pre-Fulham, they've not scored more than 2 goals. It's just 1 goal, 1 goal.
Getting the job done.
Yes.
Just
and that's
give
why
it
I
to
feel
me,
like
I'm okay.
against West Ham, they can. They don't have to do too much. West Ham, of course, have so much to do. Avoid relegation and all of those things. So they would be forced to come at Arsenal. And the Arsenal I've seen in the last couple of matches, they know how to manage teams. So I don't think, West Ham can come and then do the stronger drive. We're going to come at Arsenal. But I'm so very sure Arsenal will get the result because they have so much motivation. We just defeated Atletico. We are into the Champions League final. City dropped points a couple of days back. All they have to do is 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. That's okay.
And they have mastered that art.
Yes, they've mastered it.
Yes, Arsenal has mastered the art of grinding out results in important matches. But the issue I have is are the players well rested enough for a West Ham that have not played in about 8 days? For me, I am not convinced.
Aside that, we have West Ham.
So please, I want you to come from this particular angle now. There's this final, you have a Champions League final emotions.
Yes.
For Arsenal.
Yes.
Going into this game. And there's still the thought of let's balance this title race up. Let's kill it as early as possible. How would they manage
you need to add the third one. West Ham trying to avoid relegation.
Yes. It's a major factor.
So the point is you saying, see, West Ham won't come out on Sunday to play. They will need to change their own tactics too. If you go
and another
out,
pressure will be if Man City wins against Brentford. That's another pressure.
So a win for Manchester City, it's another problem for Arsenal too. West Ham won't come out to play. See, they know that if we come out and Arsenal scores, they are in trouble. It's just going to be. See, let's just see what will happen first, and it's going to be a very, very tough game for us now. Aside being a derby, West Ham, they are going to fight all through that 90 minutes to get vital 3 points. They are not going to sit down for a draw self, because fine, if they actually win if they actually get 1 point, they will be on level with Tottenham. But it depends on Tottenham result too. So let's just
against Leeds.
Yes, can we get the 3 points? Is it possible? They won't first go out like that. They will have to study that game very well. Sit down, relax. So what is the game plan now? That's just for me. It's a banana peel for us now.
I don't agree.
I did mean City did not actually draw against Everton. It might actually be different.
Yeah.
But a draw against Everton, City will see, this thing is not done yet. We need to win. A win for City, then West Ham will be like, we need 3 points. They know West Ham doesn't need 1 point, because they know that 1 point will actually still drop them to relegation.
Yes,
so they don't need to attack like that. They just need that chance. And once they score first, Arsenal will struggle. They will fight tooth and nail. It's a banana peel for Arsenal. But sincerely, it's going to end for me. I'm backing West Ham to get a vital.
West Ham win.
Now, again, let's see it from this angle.
West Ham win for you?
Yes.
And probably a draw for Bayern.
It is a draw.
Let's see it from this angle. When City and Arsenal were level on points, I think the only difference between the both of them was goals. And all of that.
Yeah.
And then you saw Arsenal's response against Fulham.
3.
You'd have expected that, Arsenal's pattern, like I said, last 5, 6, 7 games,
Grind
those
out.
score more than 1 goal, max 2 goals. And then they realized against Fulham. That's one of the reasons why I said this Arsenal team.
Don't forget, it was goals for. It was
not goals different.
Goals scored.
It was goals scored.
Goals
Yes,
scored.
goals
So
scored.
they responded.
Yes,
at that
they
point.
responded very well. That's also one of the reasons why I feel like this team have matured. They know what to do when they have to do it. You would see that, okay, with the 1-0, 2-1s, they were so particular about, let's just get the 3 points. Don't do too much. You don't have to overscore your opponents. Don't do too much. And the point where City drew against Everton, now they're after points. The whole goal thing is no longer an issue. Why? Because if Arsenal get to win 1-0, 1-0 twice, that 2 points difference in between the both of them. If Arsenal decide to continue winning 1-0 to the end of the season, they're so very fine. They don't have a problem. So I don't think this particular game is going to be like a problem for them. All they have to do is, if you're going to score one and sit back, let West Ham come. No problems. They're fine with it. I don't think Arsenal are under so much pressure, because that result City had against Everton has given Arsenal the upper hand over them. So I don't think Arsenal have to, again, do too much against West Ham. 1 goal, 2 goals, that's fine.
I think what I would like to add to this is West Ham, the disadvantage to West Ham is the fact that they have to win.
Yeah.
A draw is not enough for them.
It's not enough.
A draw is not enough for them. Because I think Tottenham is 1 point ahead of them on the log now.
Yes.
And Tottenham is playing Leeds United.
Even if Tottenham lose.
Oh, yes, I think it's on Monday.
Yes, if Tottenham lose and West Ham draw. The gap is still there.
Yeah, the gap is still there. And I think they're playing some key matches. They think Liverpool is still part of the team. They are still playing. Man U is still part of the team they are playing. And then they have two very big matches to the end.
Tottenham still have to play Chelsea.
Yes. Now, I think the disadvantage to West Ham is the fact that they have to win, which may work to Arsenal's favor.
Yes.
But somehow, I just don't see... In as much as I want Arsenal to win, I desperately want Arsenal to win so that the shackle can be free. But I have this feeling that West Ham will manage to get a score draw.
And let's talk about the emotional impact of all that we've been saying to Arsenal. Will they stay emotionally focused this weekend?
They have nothing to worry. For me, first they will have to watch the Manchester City game. And once the point is to their own advantage, I guess there's nothing to worry about. But for now, they still have that advantage.
Yeah.
Even if Manchester City win, they still have that advantage. So it's now left for the coach to tell the boys, just calm down.
Yes.
See,
keep it in check.
Winning the trophy is in their own hand now. They just need to calm down. They just need to calm down.
They don't have to do too much. I think Arteta has to study Jose Mourinho's playbook. If it was Jose Mourinho at this point of the season, you already know what it is he's going to do. Mourinho is not after, let's beat this one 4-0. This is a small team. We have so much to put.
Let's kill off.
Them. No. If you are going to win 1-0, win 1-0, that will put so much pressure on City. And then Arsenal also have the advantage of City playing first. before them. So whatever it is that happens in that City game, Arsenal have the idea, okay, we know what it is that we have to do. City have won, we also have to win. But we
I don't
have
think
to
that
do
is
too
an
much.
advantage for me. I
think
don't
it
think it's an
is.
It's
advantage.
actually a disadvantage.
For me, it is a disadvantage in the sense that the current Arsenal team have not won anything before, and they have had near misses. City winning on Saturday will pile pressure on them, which may be to West Ham's advantage. To be honest, I think City winning is more. If Arsenal is playing first, I would actually have preferred for Arsenal to play first than City playing first. Than Arsenal playing on Sunday and City playing Brentford on. No, I don't think it is an advantage.
Is this the weekend that Arsenal finally crack?
No. No,
Because
no,
a loss for Arsenal this weekend is trouble.
No, Arsenal is not going to
no.
lose this weekend. The thing is that I don't believe that both teams will get any favorable result this weekend. I think both of them will draw their matches this weekend.
That's quite deep. All right, but let's take your predictions on those on the two games actually.
Man City versus
first.
Brentford. My head tells me Brentford will win that match, but let me consider the predicate of Man City and say it will be a score draw, a 1-1 draw.
Draw as well.
Yes. And Arsenal West Ham, I desperately want to see a 3-0 win. I desperately want to see Arsenal winning by 3-0. But I am going to go with a 2-2 draw.
Draw.
Yes.
All right.
No, for me, City Brentford 3-1 to City. No upsets. City 3-1. And then the Arsenal game, to be honest, I won't be surprised if Arsenal comes out with like a 3-0, 3-1, 3-0. But judging by how the season is going and how Arsenal still have to manage a couple of things, I'm seeing maybe a 2-1 or a 1-0 win for Arsenal.
For me, Manchester City to win 2-0. And West Ham Arsenal. West Ham 2, Arsenal 1.
West Ham 2 Arsenal. Wow. Whoa. A win for West Ham.
Win for West Ham.
And a win for City also.
Yes.
Right? And that's tilting the entire thing again.
Again.
Right? I mean, that's why we love the Premier League, right?
Yes. I think this season
Maybe
has
for the
been-
neutral.
Well, if Arsenal lose to West Ham this weekend, I don't see.
City only.
I don't see. Yes, if City wins and Arsenal loses this weekend, I still do not think Man City will win the league ahead of Arsenal because they have some very crucial matches.
Crucial.
Bournemouth know that they are going for the Champions League. They know that a win for them with Aston Villa having Liverpool to play. I think their second to last match is Liverpool, and their second to last is Liverpool. Their last match is Man City. So it is almost certain that they are finishing fifth, which automatically gives City the chance to play in the Champions League next season. I think for me, I think even if Arsenal loses this weekend and Man City wins this weekend, I think Arsenal will still hedge it.
Well.
Yes.
What about you guys? You think this
Let's
weekend
not forget that Man
Arsenal
City
will
is
crack?
playing 3 games. Is playing 3 games in 7 days.
Yeah.
No,
in my own opinion, what I would say is if you're comparing both teams in the sense of which team has so much more to prove, I think it's Arsenal. So if there's anybody who is likely to crack under pressure, it's going to be Arsenal. I think Guardiola knows how to manage periods like this. He doesn't really have anything to prove to anybody, right? But then this is Arsenal going in for like their first Premier League title since Saka was born. So yes, they might overthink these things. I think it all boils down to whatever it is Arteta puts in this guy's head.
Yeah.
Manage them. Don't think too much about these things. Let's go one game at a time. The advantage has tilted towards Arsenal now, judging based off Man City's result against Everton.
Yeah.
If Man City had beaten Everton, then you'd be like, oh, there's still so much pressure on them. We have to score so many goals. We have to do this. We have to do that.
But
then City's result against Everton.
When Pep
has
Guardiola
favored
said
Arsenal.
it's no longer in our hands.
Yes, you don't have to do too much. You know the right things to say to your players. You know how it is to get to their heads and then keep them focused. The Champions League final is still a couple of weeks away. Don't think too much about that. We're there. When we get there, we'll know whatever it is we're supposed to do. Let's just go one game at a time. One game at a time. 2-1, 1-0, 2-1, 1-0. Fine. Just manage it like that.
And you're good.
Yes.
Now, guys, let's take a look at this running. Don't forget, City, they've got 4 games left,
Yes.
right? Arsenal, 3 matches left. But I'm looking at the away and home game factor here.
Okay.
We're looking at Arsenal playing 2 away games and 1 home match.
Yeah.
All right. And for City, playing 3 home matches and 1 away game. You think it's an advantage for City?
To some extent, it is an advantage. But if you look at their calendar,
Yeah.
let's not forget that they will play FA
There's an
Cup
FA Cup
final
final
in between
after that Crystal Palace game.
Yeah, exactly. So they are practically playing 3 games in 7 days.
Yes, sir. Back to back.
3 games in 7 days. It's not, and their squad is not as big as it used to be.
Yeah.
I think, despite they having the home advantage, I think the intensity of their officials is going to affect them. It's going to affect them. And that is why I can say that even if Arsenal loses this weekend, Arsenal is still going to win the league.
Still win the league. All right, guys.
It's easy to say the number of games City have to play in the next, maybe, okay, say 3 games in 7 days. I think City still have the squad to manage something like that. Pep don't have to like tweak his team too much. Maybe a couple of you rest, you sit, Semenyo sit out, Savinho is there with so much to prove. We still have a few Foden that hasn't really done much this season with so much to prove also. He can come in, plug in a couple of players in a few places. You have their backline, Kusanov, Gueye. You still have other players on the bench that can still come in and maybe not give 100% as the first 11 would, but you can't tell me City's level would drop to as low as a 70 or a 80. With the number of subs they can afford to do, the number of players they can afford to rest. So I don't think the stress of, we're having so many games in the next couple of days can really affect a team like City. If it's a team like Arsenal, you can worry about them because then you have, if you decide you want to rest a player like Victor Go Crazy, who's going to come in for him?
Victor Go Crazy?
You know who Victor Go Crazy is? You
Let
have
me just ask Radio Paps.
you cannot say you are totally dependent on a player like Gabriel Jesus to come in and fill in for an average Victor Gyökeres, right? So I think Man City have the squad to go into this running and still get results that they want, still play the same way they want to play.
Manchester City have the squad, but Arsenal have the points. You know, after West Ham, Arsenal will be playing Burnley and Crystal Palace.
Burnley at home,
Crystal Palace
in London.
2 games. So as I've said earlier, once Aubameyang said once they have the maximum point against West Ham, let's just hand over the trophy to Arsenal.
And don't forget, Arsenal is playing a Crystal Palace team that
is going to play the
European
Conference League final.
3 days after the last match. They will prioritize.
They will be playing a Burnley on a Monday. Burnley that relegated on a Monday after Manchester City have actually played their game against. So it's advantageous now. Once they have the vital point this weekend.
If we can win this weekend, just forget it.
All right, guys, let's move away from the big lads, those who are looking to win the title this season. You call this trophy something earlier.
Principal's Cup.
Okay, and it's closer to who?
The people who
will win it. Yes. All right, guys, let's talk about a frustrated team versus a completely lost team. Liverpool, Chelsea are up against each other this weekend. Guys, Liverpool...
What?
You heard me. A frustrated team versus a completely lost team, honestly. Okay. Because for Chelsea now, they don't even know where they are at this point.
The current Premier League champions against the current world champions.
Yeah, because I was listening to John Obi Mikel during the week, and he was lamenting big time.
You still listen to that guy?
Yeah, he has a podcast. I listen to him. And he's been saying a whole lot about his darling club, how the club has lost its identity and so many things. But then let's talk about the 2 teams. For Liverpool, coming from the back of that loss to Manchester United, it was a disappointing loss for them, but one that they'll be hoping to bounce back against a completely lost Chelsea. It's going to be a very interesting match to watch.
It's going to be a very interesting match to watch.
It's a very interesting or a boring game.
I
didn't just won against Nottingham Forest. I would have said, okay, Liverpool facing a rejuvenated Chelsea. But see, I watched that game against Nottingham Forest, and sincerely, I had no intention of watching that game. But I thought, fine,
please.
You have an veteran coach. We should expect something nice.
I have an advice for you. Don't get overly emotional over Chelsea.
No.
Antihypertensives are not very expensive. Please. Calm down.
But
I know
regardless,
you're pained.
Regardless, so one advantage that you have as a Chelsea fan is even in your banter era,
There is still
you
trophy
still
to
have
show.
a
You
lot.
have something
yes,
to-
No, we're
yes,
not
a lot
talking
to brag
about errors.
So
We are talking about the match.
I don't need to worry about. I don't need to
tomorrow.
worry about Chelsea's performance against. If
And,
they decide to fuck up,
being an early kickoff, I would just advise anybody that wants to watch that man to go and sleep. Just wait for another man because Liverpool Chelsea.
Ezekiel says you should sleep.
No,
I will give you some sleeping pills.
I'm not going to sleep.
Thank you. See, there is nothing for me.
My
There is
Asakura only.
nothing to expect in that game. Liverpool coming from back of a defeat to Manchester United, facing a Chelsea that was beaten by Nottingham Forest. For me as a Chelsea fan, see, it's just going to be. It's a full-time draw game. So there's nothing to expect. No, nothing to ginger you as a fan.
I think
actually,
it's going to be
of both
interesting.
teams. Nothing to ginger you as a fan of both teams. Liverpool have actually secured the Champions League spot. Chelsea,
They
it's in their
haven't.
hand.
Well,
They
it's not
have.
sealed yet.
They
It's
have.
not sealed yet. I think it points this
They,
weekend.
they,
will
they,
be.
okay,
Yeah, a point
they
this
have
weekend
50
is
They have
enough.
58
Yeah.
points.
58.
They're in fourth position.
Yes.
So after Chelsea, they have 2 more games.
Yeah.
And see, this Liverpool will get a vital point against
I
Chelsea.
think this game is going to be interesting in the sense that all those secondary school matches where one SS1 team that just beats SS3 has so much ginger, and then the SS2 team that maybe just lost on that GSS3 team too is coming like we cannot let this SS1 team dominate us and blah 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 blah. These are 2 teams that before the beginning of the season they had so much expectations of them. Liverpool just won the league, Chelsea just won the Club World Cup, defeating arguably the best team in Europe in PSG. So there was so much expectation on these 2 teams, and I can't say they've lived up to 10% of the expectation that was on them this season.
can't.
And now, at this point of the season, I think this match is just going to be a match where they are playing for pride. Right? Yes, Chelsea are...
Pride.
Yes, pride in...
Or Chelsea is just playing for
Not
pride.
amongst-
If-
Why
if-
should
if-
they
if-
consider
pride
top-
winning, just
top
pride.
six?
Pride in this... I'm not saying pride in the sense
Because
that
there's
maybe they have
nothing
anything to go
to
for.
gain.
Pride in the sense that I'm playing a team like Liverpool.
Like, at least make I win Liverpool.
Yes, make I
top
tell fit talk. Say, okay, I don't fuck up this season, but I beat Liverpool.
And do you think this
Liverpool-
Chelsea have shame? They don't get shame at all.
They
This
don't
present
get
Chelsea-
him. They don't get him. But you see the same Liverpool team. There's you can't really expect.
About is smiling
You can't
and
really expect
I'm
so
enjoying
much.
myself that 2
And
Chelsea fans are
it's
going
paining me
against
that I have
themselves.
to pull up on today's episode. I don't like the fact that first off I'm having to root for Arsenal and say so much good things about them, and then he does not rest too. He knows once we are at home, I don't let him. You are in the car, I'm coming at him. But then Chelsea, no.
So it's just cut down your expectation. Liverpool, see,
I'm not expecting too much in
Liverpool
this game,
actually
to be
need this
honest.
point because
I'm
their
not
next,
expecting too
their
much.
next game is against Aston Villa. Aston Villa is actually behind them. Both are on the same point.
Liverpool needs to win.
Liverpool needs to win.
Is this automatic 3 point for Liverpool?
Yes, I think Liverpool will get the 3 points this weekend
Exactly.
against Chelsea. I think they will get the 3 points. Liverpool,
Chelsea should not show up.
it's not a matter of whether they show up. Whether they show up, Liverpool will
It's
get the
still
3 points.
beating.
Whether they don't show up, Liverpool will get the 3 points. That is, I've seen enough from Chelsea in the last few games to say that they'll be beating again tomorrow.
Nah, I'm rooting for
Let's
Chelsea.
talk about Chelsea's inconsistency this season. I mean, what would you say is the cause of this whole issue?
I think the biggest mistake Chelsea made this season was letting go of Maresca mid-season. Yes, the boat
And the
was,
guy keeps coming to watch their games.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps coming to
the
watch
boat
their games.
was a bit rocky while Maresca was
He's scouting the players he will sign for Man City.
So he's just looking at, I've gone, let's see how you are going to do
So
it.
I feel like
I think he loves the club.
yes, he does. He had this connection with the players. They loved him and he loved them also. I think the issue was from those at the top. I don't think they should have let Maresca go like that. Of course, I was hearing stuff like he was making too much demands. He was asking for maybe a little bit more authority on the team and the decisions. And I think
Which a manager should ask, right?
I think to an extent, Maresca has proven himself worthy of such
Those demands.
advantage.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
took a team like that, a team that nobody, I don't think when the Club World Cup started, anybody would have predicted Chelsea going as far as maybe the quarterfinals.
How now?
It was too much expectation. Even me as a Chelsea fan, I didn't watch the first few games of the group stage because I was like, I'm gonna show the same Chelsea we end season like this. And then he made them go as far as beating a team like PSG. They humbled PSG.
Absolutely.
They humbled PSG. There's no such thing
was
as
world
that was a
finals,
fluke win. It was not a 3-1, 3-2, a very tight game like that. They humbled PSG.
Absolutely.
So I think he had laid a claim for, I can make demands based off what I've done. If I can do this with this set of players,
Why not?
what do you think I would do if I have better players than these ones that are on ground, and then you went and brought in a Garnacho for him. It will definitely piss anybody off.
That was an
Piss
insult.
fans off. So I think
Honestly.
yes, the mistake they made was letting Maresca go in the first place. Max, okay, give him a couple of plugins in certain positions, players that can still hold it for him till the end of the season, and then sit down, review the whole season. Okay, where do we have to? Maybe you have like 50% of power now. We'll give you up to like 70 or 80%. See how you perform till middle of the season. Middle of the season comes. If you do so very well, then I don't think there's anything wrong with giving him the keys to everything. That's an advantage that someone like Luis Enrique has in PSG. He calls the shots.
Yeah.
Yes, there are people at the top who pay him, but yes, he still decides who he wants and who he doesn't want. And that's where Chelsea made a very big mistake, letting go of Maresca.
I think I agree with him significantly. I letting go Maresca when they did is the same thing as Madrid letting go Alonso when they did. And then when you have know your strong points. Know your strong points. Like I as you know me, Bolu, you know me very well. My core area is my core area. What I am not good at, I will not say I'm good at it. The Chelsea owners should not keep deluding themselves. You know, when the co-owner of a club is coming out and saying that they have to sign Cucurella because Man City was scouting him, when Man City were reportedly.
I have one question to ask him as an Arsenal fan. What were you
Targeting
thinking when you signed Madueke?
Madueke.
Yes.
No, wait, let's be practical here. Let's be sincere. No, I love the question he has asked me. Let's be practical here. Arsenal needed somebody who can play on the right and play on the left as well as a backup for Saka. And I think Arteta believes that he can bring the best out of Madueke.
Very delusional, coach.
Very delusional. Yes, it is extremely very. Hindsight has shown that it's a very delusional move. Yes, I agree with that. But you cannot compare that with that of Cucurella, Man
was
City.
not bad at Brighton.
I'm not saying no. That's not the idea. The idea is not that Cucurella is a bad player. Cucurella has done very good for Chelsea. He has been a very solid player for Chelsea. Significantly, he has been very, very solid for Chelsea. But when the director of football is telling you that Man City are targeting the player, that is the reason why I'm going for it. It shows that they don't know anything about football.
I feel like this should not be coming from Arsenal.
You know, the owners have actually said that they are in this business just to make profit. They want to copy the Brighton model.
And that is where the mistake is.
So as a fan, we just need to admit, Maresca should have taken note from the beginning during the interview. You know, they have Luis Enrique almost signing for Chelsea.
Yeah.
But they said, see, this is what we want. All they want is, we will give you boys, showcase them so that we can make return.
Exactly.
That's that.
I think that was the initial
long
project.
may it continue. Long may it continue.
That's the
Let it
project.
continue for like 25 years.
When Cole
man.
got injured, Maresca made a demand for a new central back. And they said, see, we have boys. We still have boys.
Because don't forget,
Don't they have
Tosin? The
Tosin?
boys were
Don't
signing
they have
like 8
Tosin?
years contracts.
Yes.
Tosin
They were more like
is a
projects.
player.
Yeah, it's a
Is
project.
Tosin not a centre back again?
So the point is, see, we still have boys we want to showcase. Don't worry. Let's
Let's
just
boys who want to sell to Arsenal.
so use them.
Which of the Arsenals?
Use them and
our
that's just
retirement
it.
home now. Still Arsenal retirement home.
It now boils down to Maresca. Can I continue with this? No. That's just I didn't mean he wanted to continue. It will still be at the end of the affairs in Chelsea. But he thought that, see, I can't go on like that.
Yeah.
Any coach, I'm still reading different rumors. Xabi Alonso getting 100%. It's a lie.
There's a
Chelsea
conspiracy
will still
theory
end
I
up
have.
with probably a Wrexham coach or a coach from Ipswich. Because what the owners
Or
have
Kadri Hannan?
the owners have said, this thing is just a business for them. They are not after the trophy. We want to buy players and sell. We want to make trophy.
Because
profit.
when they started project, I was like,
Why will you sign a Garnacho for over
8 years, 7 years
7
contract?
years
Like,
contract?
what the heck?
What is happening?
Do you want to be defrauding other people and you don't want to be defrauding
Well,
yourself?
that's that.
So who have they been defrauded?
I tell you,
Is Kayaba worth 60 million? Is Madueke worth
He's about to win the
50
Champions League
something
for you
million?
guys.
And there's a clause in that
Let me
contract.
ask him a question.
There's a clause in that contract.
Yeah.
If Kayaba win UEFA Champions League, you are going to pay Chelsea 40 million. If Madueke wins that trophy also, you are going to still pay trophy. If Kepa wins, you are going to still pay £5 million. So it's just a pure business.
Okay, I'm a continue. Okay.
So don't worry,
coming
we
from
still
an
have
Arsenal
Garnacho
fan,
and Tosin to say.
how would you open your mouth and say was Kai Havertz worth certain amounts? There's no player in Arsenal history that has scored a Champions League winning goal. Nobody in Arsenal's history. Nobody.
He
not a
did it
single
in
person.
2012, yeah.
Yes, the only people in
Against-
Arsenal's team that have that Champions League medal.
It's still
Chelsea players.
player.
Do you have anything against that?
Nah.
You can't.
It's
now.
not everything
respond.
you respond
We're
to.
spitting facts. We're spitting facts.
not everything you
We're not
respond
to.
assuming.
Sure.
We're spitting facts. Kepa can decide. Okay, there's no match to do. Instead of us traveling, come, let me show you what the Champions League medal looks like, and you pack all of their players, and then they will go. Yes, with Asun. Madueke will be the DJ. He will play music. When Kepa
People
shows
should just pray that Arsenal should not win the Champions League.
when
That's
Kepa
it.
shows his
I will
age,
not respond until June 1.
him and Havertz will not start sizing up.
this
Ó dà pé
have you
délé
seen
yìí
this
títí
Ó ti ń
yeah,
gbó.
ó ti ń ṣá.
Ó ti ń gbó.
Come see
Come
my
see
own
my
now.
own.
Sam now.
The museum.
Yes.
Guys,
I will respond
let's-
by June 1.
Since we are talking Liverpool, Chelsea now, let's talk about Onslaught. We expected more from him this season. He joined last year. Pam! He took the Premier League by storm, and we're like, what's going on? We never thought that it was using the initial template. It was using the template that he met, but then things have changed. Is he on that prayer to win tomorrow, this weekend against Chelsea?
I think he is. In the sense that this season has not gone according to plan for him. And after last season that they won the league, I don't think many people said much about him riding on Jurgen Klopp's philosophy and his players. I think
But it has turned out to be.
that talk started coming this season when
Yes.
shit started going down south for them. So I think Arne Slot is under pressure to prove so much. And me, I'm hoping, to be honest, that Liverpool, by the power invested in me, they don't sack Arne Slot. Leave him.
Why?
Let him.
No, there are rumors that he's signing a new contract.
I want it to be like that, so that next season, that Pepe that they didn't see this season, they'll see it next season.
Because they could actually fall off should they lose this weekend. Fall off the Champions League places because Aston Villa is just down there.
They will just move to 50.
They will move to 50. 50
Yeah,
qualified
move to
for Champions League.
Yeah, they moved to 50th. Actually.
I think Slot.
But you won't be hoping for 5th for defending champion, right?
You won't.
Well, they are the worst defending champions I've seen in the history of Premier League.
Actually, they're not.
Who is the worst defender? Oh, Leicester City. No, Leicester City was just an what we can call something happening haphazardly. It was not meant to be.
It was not in the script, right?
It was not in the script. So Leicester City performing the way they did is not a surprise.
Same thing with Arsenal winning the league. It's never in the Premier League script.
This season,
It has been
So
like
are you
that.
saying they are going to follow the Leicester City?
It's in their DNA now.
Guys,
From a Chelsea
let's
fan.
wrap up the entire Chelsea talk. The entire frustrated versus completely lost team talk. Liverpool, Chelsea. Your prediction?
Liverpool will win that match 3-1. 3-1.
You just want to compound the woes of Chelsea. Now, wow.
Well, they are playing preseason.
The enemy of my
It's
enemy.
preseason.
The enemy
Yes,
of my
now.
enemy is my friend.
Our season has ended already now. So usual preseason scores.
Our last game was against Manchester City. So, and they won 3-0.
3-0. All right, guys, let's talk about another very important game as well. Sunderland taking on Manchester United. United already picked up their European places. As far as they're concerned, apparently their season is done and dusted.
Yes.
But should they take it that way? Sorry about
Well, I don't think they will take it that way. Michael Carrick, we want that job, and he knows that he needs to keep winning to get into the head of the owners.
Is it just Jonas? Even
The fans, yes, the ex-players, exactly. No, I think
that club very difficult to manage.
Yes, I think that would be a motivating factor for them against Sunderland. I think they will still be up for it against Sunderland, despite the fact that they don't have anything they are fighting for again.
So they shouldn't make that game difficult for themselves.
I think they would. If there's any team that is capable of self-imploding, it's Manchester United. At this point, I think they are so very capable of messing things up for themselves. Look at the game against Liverpool. Had it at 2-0. You'd have thought, okay, this game is done and dusted.
Yeah.
And then in a couple of minutes
As
self-implode again.
Again.
Considered to got lucky with Kobe Mino strike. Right. So I think against Sunderland, so to an extent, they have so much to prove in this game.
They can still make it for Europe.
Yes, so I think it is not safe to say
at least
Man U
the
would walk
second half
over
of
this.
the top half of the table.
This is going to be a very tough game for Manchester United, and I don't think people will be surprised if they lose to Sunderland.
It's not going to be a tough game. As Abayomi said, Carrick just needs to get the vital points, and also Bruno Fernandes.
Does Carrick think he's going to keep the Manchester United job?
He's
He's
still,
being
I think
delusional.
he will
if
keep
he
that.
says-
it's still very open
I don't
for
think
him.
he will.
I think
It's still very open for him. It's still very open for him. So getting the vital 3 point now, and probably the next couple of games, and qualifying them for Champions League. If they actually want to have something meaningful next season, they just need to retain Carrick. You don't need to change that structure.
Amen.
See, he's building something. They should just leave him and let him continue, probably till December.
You know, the funny thing about us saying, "Oh, he's building something," is we'll say it until it gets to start losing. Then we'll forget he's losing.
What makes you think that is a bad thing?
That's exactly why I said
That's
amen.
what we
When Peter was saying that they would get to keep him, I was nice, keep him, no problem. I'll keep him now.
But guys, to be sincere, how impressed have you been with Carrick so far?
Yeah, Carrick has done a very good job. He has shown that what Ten Hag could not do, what Amorim could not do, he can actually do it. And he has done a very good job. And to be honest, I think the fair thing to do is to allow him. They gave Ole the chance to manage the team for more than a season before they finally dismissed him. I think they should do the same thing for Carrick. He has done very, very well.
I don't agree in the sense that if you look at Manchester United since Carrick took over, yes, they've gotten the results, right? They've beat virtually every big team they've played against. But tactically, I wouldn't say Carrick has done anything out of the ordinary. I think Cunha was saying something the previous week that when he came, he just made them feel he made them understand what the Manchester United DNA is all about.
Which is very important.
Yes,
Very important.
Yes, at that point where he got the job, I don't think he had to do too much. These players, of course, we all know they had issues with the previous coach, Amorim. So they had so much to prove. Look at Kobe Mino. Came back into the team, a totally rejuvenated player. Not like we didn't know what Kobe Mino was capable of. We've seen Kobe Mino last season, 2 seasons ago. We know what he's capable of doing. So it's not as if Carrick came in and then started doing something out of the ordinary. So I don't think I've seen enough from Michael Carrick to say that. Yes, I've not seen Carrick's blueprint on this Manchester United team.
This current football world, there's nothing. You don't need that much tactics to get your point.
You need
Not okay. What is the tactics behind Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea game? All these things is go back to the basics. About me said it the other time. There is nothing special about this present day football. Or you just need the long throw, the set piece, kick and follow.
And if we are going to be honest,
you don't need.
Yes, if we're going to be honest, we are
Amorim
seeing
came
where
with his own
football is
tactics.
heading back into.
Amorim came with his own tactics. Did he get the necessary result? No. So someone just. I was angry when John Terry was not given that mandate to like finish this end of the season with Chelsea. I was expecting someone like John Terry to just handle the affair when they sacked Rosenio. Put in John Terry. Let's go back to the basics. That's just what is in play now. If you can just go back to the basics. Slot didn't change anything when he won the trophy. The league. He did not. The footprint is getting.
And that's exactly why Slot is having a problem. So
No.
last season, he didn't have to do too much. He didn't have to implement his tactics. Now see him trying to implement his
So
tactics.
you want them to
on
bring
Liverpool.
in
problem
They're
Bring
crashing.
bring
You
down
can't
a
tell
new
me that.
coach
You can't tell me that Carrick
with this
will
set of
continue
players.
next season with play like Manchester United of the old. You cannot tell me that's sustainable. Fine, maybe
That has changed.
last 4-5 months of the season. The season is already over. Manchester United would have told themselves, okay, we don't have anything to play for this season. Let's just try to make it to Europe. We're not chasing after any trophy. So it's easy for you to tell them, let's just stay locked in, go back to the drawing board, let's just do the basics and see the season out.
Is there anything special about Arteta tactics now? Compared to when he first came to Arsenal?
Right now, Arteta, compared to when Arteta first came, you could see Arsenal was a well-coached team when Arteta first came. In terms of attack, defense, the midfield, everything was well-coached.
And now?
But now it is about just grinding out the results.
That's
I said it.
basics.
Yes.
The basics. That's
As much as we would say, let's just grind out results, I will still hold on to the fact that it's not sustainable. you see other
Yes,
teams
I agree that it is
Because
not
you
for
see
how
other
long are you
teams,
gonna do
yes,
that?
you see other teams
For
evolving.
other teams going to
Look
no,
at
no.
look at
No,
Cesc
see,
Fabregas.
I
He said
agree.
he
I
said
agree.
something a couple of, I think it was this same week too, in an interview. He said he's somebody who would always stick to his principles. And he mentioned one thing in particular. He said he does not know how to coach long balls. He does not know how to coach
of
long
course.
balls. It's not in his
He
philosophy.
never played as a long
Somebody
ball
like
bowler.
somebody Alonso. I
Yeah.
saw a video too where Alonso was coaching by Leverkusen, and they were trying a couple of tactics, and one of the players played long ball. He returned the ball back. He said, "No, you don't do this. This is somebody who, you already see that yes, he has an idea of how he wants
Don't
football
give me
to
that.
be. Yes, this is. I think a club of Manchester United's pedigree cannot keep riding on. Let's do it the way the Manchester United of the old used to. They would need to. The fans need to see as much as Arsenal is saying yes. Arteta is getting the results. I'm sure next season, if it continues like this, they'll start grumbling. How long are we going to keep on playing set pieces for? They want
Give
to
us
see
our beautiful football.
Yes. They want to see something that they can easily say, this is Arsenal's blueprint. This is how Arsenal plays.
It
You
could
know,
also
because
be.
sorry, that takes me to another, point of discussion now. Why is it hard for former players, legends of clubs, to instill the winning mentality and the club's philosophy into the current generation of players? Why don't they keep the job? We've seen it with United stars. We've seen it with a couple of legends.
We've seen. I have watched a couple of interviews where somebody like Roy Keane is coming out to question players being injured. Like a player is injured, and Roy Keane is saying that back in his own days, he will play on with the injury. The mentality has shifted.
Yes.
It has shifted significantly.
So the moment you start coming with those old
All
mentality,
those, exactly.
you begin to have
It's just
problems.
like you want to teach a Gen Z with the 80s mentality. You are going to get it wrong.
you think that's why Sonny Elise had issues with the Super Eagles as well?
Exactly. Because back in their days,
They weren't playing for money.
no, it
was
wasn't
the
about.
heart.
It was
But now they're paying for the
it,
money now.
for now,
just
but right now, when players can select, we know a certain former captain of Super Eagles that played for a certain London club that picks and select the type of matches he wants to play for. Was that the case in the days of the likes of Ndidi Christopher Heze, Sunday Olise and the likes? No,
Because he
the
knows
mentality
that
has
once he's injured,
changed.
nobody will take care of him here.
The mentality has no.
So how will I come and play against Sudan, get injured, and nobody?
Oh my God.
If you can still check, they might still be owing him some money. So why can't he go back to where he
Well,
was
like Bolu said,
honored?
it's more about money these days.
Yes.
Not more about passion.
Passion.
And that is what is killing football, sadly.
And now every player wants an increase in their weekly pay.
And
They're not going to.
if we are looking at how where football is headed now, you'd notice this current crop of young coaches, they are no longer sitting on the fact that there's a particular way these clubs play. Let's just stick to this. You see,
Everybody's
Big Bro said something as to why Vincent Kompany struggled at Burnley. He wanted to stick to his style of play, but he didn't have the players to. Now he went to Bayern. He has the freedom to implement his style of play.
And he had quality players.
Yes, and you're seeing it. You're seeing the blueprint. It's still taking me back to Michael Carrick. You can say, okay, yes, he has stabled Manchester United's ship this season. But again, I have not seen enough to say that Manchester United can sustain this particular pattern of play for next season, next 2 seasons. Next season, a lot of other teams are going to want to get better.
Yeah.
So you'd expect that when you come next season, you have that preseason to show us whatever it is you want to, whatever it is you want to do. So going into the season, the fans know what it is they're supposed to expect. You cannot tell me you are going to the new season with the same idea of, the way them Ronaldo used to play, the Michael Carrick, the Nemanja Vidic. It will not work next season.
I was watching a podcast this week, and I can't remember. I think it was Rio Ferdinand and some of United stars. Talking about how football has really gone really down. No quality players, no exceptional players. Players who take on 2-5-7 defenders at a time and all of that. Are we going to ever go back to that era? I'm saying this because we are talking about United, and United have had several fantastic players. Are we ever going to get back to that era?
In Premiership.
I don't think we'll ever go back to that
Football
era.
is becoming less expression and more of tactics.
Yes. The tactics are even killing the game. You know, so somebody said I watched Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid. The first leg, it was a game of who have got the better tactics.
Yes.
Yeah.
The same thing, the second leg of Bayern Munich and PSG. It was the game of who has got the better tactics. Players no longer free themselves.
Yes.
We don't have people like Okosha taking on.
That expressive.
I watched
that
football.
gives us that entertainment.
It is so easy for me to keep supporting Arsenal. When I see somebody said they used to be an Arsenal fan, they are no longer an Arsenal fan, I question it. It is so easy for me to continue to be an Arsenal fan. Even if they don't win the next 50 years, I will continue to be an Arsenal fan unless they continue this type of football they are playing. No, I want beautiful football. For me, football is meant to be entertainment.
Enjoyed, yeah.
Unfortunately, money has killed the game, and I don't see the love of money will continue to grow and grow and grow and grow, and until this game becomes totally boring and maybe
that's why I'm not excited about this World Cup, because I'm trying to look at the play. There is nothing.
Gone are days, right?
Gone are days. I said it earlier. The last time I enjoyed the World Cup was maybe 2010.
Yeah.
No, the best for me. The last very good World Cup, 2002 World Cup was the best.
Who were like,
exactly.
For me, that was my best.
2002 is the best World Cup
because you had Ronaldo Dilemma,
exactly.
you had Ronaldinho,
exactly.
A lot of top players to watch.
Rivaldo and the likes.
I mean, Zidane was there. You know,
so it's as you said, it's more of tactics now, and then we used to clamor for Brazilian players with skills. Now,
you can't even pick a superstar in that Brazilian team
No.
that has skills, Maverick.
So at this point, are we saying that an exceptional player, an expressive player, will find it hard to make it to any top club?
They will coach the
expression out of them.
The expression out of his life.
Yeah, exactly.
And
They will coach it out of him.
goes way down. This thing goes way
Pep
down.
Guardiola actually cautioned Chucky when he was,
Exactly.
The guy was
Chucky was getting a little expressive.
yes.
All of a sudden,
this thing goes
stopped
as
because
deep
the
as
coach
even
cautioned
academy football.
Mm-hmm.
You don't let
it
these
actually
kids.
starts from there. Because
Yes.
if you watch English football the last 10, 15 years, the players that have been churning out have been
You can
tactical
follow
players.
players. Yes.
They just they are
That's
more
what
they're
they
more
learn
particular
in academies.
about building machines. That's what I would say. Football is
Very
robotic.
robotic.
They're just building machines. Yes, robotic football. The only thing they are worried about is placement, movement, certain patterns, and all of those things. There's no space for expression again. I saw a Pep Guardiola interview. There's one particular goal Vincent Company scored where he shot one mad shot from outside the box.
Yes.
And Pep said if it was up to him, he would have told him, don't shoot.
Yeah.
Pep is always about keep the ball short.
Yeah,
Next
keep it
player,
short.
next
Keep it
player,
short,
all
yeah.
of those things. So I think,
Involve
yes, to
everyone
an
in it.
extent, it's killing the game. We don't have players like Eden Hazard anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Players who can just come in and then in the space of maybe 30 seconds, they've changed
Have
the
you
whole
seen
complexion
Kano
of the
play?
game.
Ricardo Quaresma.
Is that charisma?
You don't have players like
Ricardo
that
Quaresma.
again.
Yes.
You know, I was talking
Diego
to some.
Forlan.
You know what? I was talking to some Gen Z recently. I was saying, do you know that a player was better than Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yes,
Quaresma was better.
So I argued with me. I was like,
Yes,
dude,
he was.
Yes.
He was.
dude, you
I was
was
saying it
brilliant.
was. It's just that Ronaldo has the numbers.
Yeah.
Football has become
And he
a
was
game of
very
numbers.
hardworking.
Yes.
Quaresma wasn't very
yes.
hardworking.
No.
He was just a talented player.
Yes, he leans so much on what I can do.
Just
Yes.
like it is the same thing. It's the same reason why the level of football is the same reason why I'm sorry for Ronaldo fans. They will say Ronaldo is better than Messi. I don't know whether there's anybody here who thinks that. But for me, Messi is the if Messi was half as hardworking as Ronaldo is, Ronaldo has no chance.
Levels ahead of Ronaldo.
He has no
Levels
chance.
ahead of him.
But Messi
Super talented.
relaxes and plays his game. Unfortunately, that is going.
Messi is football personified.
I was telling someone that.
So at the end of the day,
I didn't
guys,
mean
Sunderland and
Eden
United took
Hazard
us into this conversation.
wasn't in the era of, I didn't mean Eden Hazard wasn't in the era of Ronaldo and Messi. It would have been another global.
No,
Exactly,
I
exactly.
think Hazard also followed the footsteps of Ricardo Quaresma. Listening to some Chelsea fans, I think it was Mikel Obi was saying he's a lazy guy.
Very lazy. Mikel
He
Felipe
doesn't
Luis confirmed
train,
it.
but he scores at weekends. And they go like, what's going on? Dude, you were practically holding your boots during training. But he will get there. Just imagine little bit of hard work.
I wish we could have football back.
To be
I sincerely
honest,
wish.
to
It's
be
quite
honest,
sad.
to be
So
honest.
my
I miss watching players like Ronaldinho.
so my line at this point is that what took us from United to all of this?
Michael Carrick.
Michael Carrick. All right. I think we should take the prediction at this point. Sunderland United, your predictions.
I think United will win that match. They will win it 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
United.
Bruno
They're playing
will
away
break
from
Darcy's
home.
record this weekend.
Bruno. Bruno has been great. Yeah.
He will break it this weekend.
I
think.
don't.
Is he suspended?
No.
No, he's not. I
Oh,
don't
he
think
will
he
break
is.
it this weekend.
I wouldn't say Manchester United will walk over this one. I'm seeing a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw.
2-2 draw, yes.
Manchester United to win.
United to win.
2-0.
All right, let's talk about the relegation battlers now. Tottenham Hotspur, Leeds. I mean, what are expectations, guys?
Tottenham Leeds.
I mean, guys, has it not been weird putting Tottenham in the same line with relegation survival fight?
It's the equivalent of putting Arsenal in Champions League winners conversation.
Okay. Yes.
So it's been a wild season.
It's a very wet season.
Yes.
Now, I expect a much more weather season if that word exists next season, because last season we saw football is money. Whether we like it or not, football is money, and that is why the likes of Brentford, the likes of Bournemouth will be all out to make it for Europe this season, because they have a very massive chance of making it for Europe and making some cool cash as a result. And we saw Tottenham last season making a mess of themselves. They had a chance of beating Man City, and their fans were busy cheering for them to beat.
I know where this is coming from.
They had a chance of beating Man City.
You can't do it, so you expect somebody else to do it for you.
Their fans were busy cheering for them to lose, which they ended up losing. That it affected Arsenal, and we know a certain London team that was also doing the same thing, cheering for their team to actually lose to Man City, to their rival. The same thing will happen next season. Hopefully, the same thing will happen next season, whereby we'll have another team that had a chance of winning and making it for Europe, deciding to spread their legs for their rivals. Hopefully, we have the same thing. I can't wait to see the back of Tottenham. I can't wait to see their back.
Leeds 43 points, Tottenham 42 points. Relegation fight. Which of these two do you think will go down?
Tottenham for me. They might actually think
that was sharp.
They might actually think I find we've got the maximum point against Villa. Villa was actually like, let's just.
They're not safe.
They have fresh injuries now also. Dezabi, I actually like him as a coach, but I can't see him perform the best. Leeds are going to beat Tottenham this weekend. That one is sure.
All right, what about you?
To be honest, I'm in support of that. The injuries that Tottenham are suffering from is so very hard for Dezabi to patch anything up for them. I see them going down, to be honest.
All right, guys, your final take ahead of match day 36 in the Premier League. Your final take.
I am hoping Arsenal this weekend will surprise every one of us and beat West Ham this weekend. I am hoping and praying that happens, even though I can't see it.
All right.
I think the title race will extend to the next weekend. Nothing different is going to happen.
All right.
We can see the end of the league this weekend. It all depends on Manchester City Brentford result. So Arsenal, the ball is in your court, the trophy is in your court. Hope you guys are going to handle it well.
Well, that's the size of today's episode preview of match day 36 in the Premier League. All right, don't forget, you can always drop your predictions in the comments. Don't forget to also, like, follow us on our social media handles. Exactly, across Twitter, Facebook. I'll talk about Instagram as well and TikTok.
By the way, we are now 1,000 subscribers on.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you guys.
We're
1,000 already. Thank you guys. Big ups to you.
We are also crossing 1 million views.
Yeah, we're crossing 1 million views
this weekend on YouTube as well. Thank you.
guys are awesome.
Make it happen. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
In about just 37 days.
Yes.
So here we are.
Wow.
Thank you very much, guys. We do appreciate you. And of course, we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.
Peace.
Yes, he's round the last defender, onto his right foot. Oh!